Hello, this is Lucy at Paper Glitter Glue, and I'm going to show you how to make this really cute little llama pinata. It even has a little secret place you can put in a message or some candy or something. So let's get started on the little llama pinata. First, here is the cut file. These are the pattern pieces for the llama. It's missing the saddle because I've modified the design. This is the saddle, and you have to cut at least 2 of these. It takes just over 2 strips to make the side pieces for the llama. Alrighty, and here are the cut pieces to show you. The side, the back, the front, the side pieces, and then I used a lot of embellishments. I'll show you how I do that. And then first, I wanted to show you some experiments I made in trying to make this easy for you to make. So this one was my first try. It was a terrible mistake. I thought that it might be easier if I just cut out tabs on the cardboard and then folded them around the llama. Well, it took, I don't know, 40 minutes or an hour to get them all folded, and it's not very precise. It's all lumpy and everything, which really won't matter once you get down to it because you're going to cover it with the crepe paper fringe, so it wouldn't matter too much, but it's very awkward and I wasn't really happy with it. So that was my first experiment. The next experiment was using paper mache, just using pieces of brown paper and adhering the side pieces with that. And that worked very nicely, and it's very stable and looks real good. The only problem is when the paper mache is wet, it doesn't hold very well, so it's kind of hard to get it to stick. So I'm like, well, I think we're going to have to go with masking tape. So here is the next iteration. This is the one with just masking tape, because the masking tape holds as you adhere the side piece, and it's very sturdy and stable. It's not as stable as the other one, but it works nicely. So that is what I ended up going with, because I think this will be the easiest for you to make. And here is one that's all done. It doesn't look that great right now, but again, you're going to cover it with fringe and it's not going to show up. I also always prime these before I glue the fringe on, so I just wanted you to be aware of that. Okay, so I'm going to actually tape one together for you now, or at least get it started, just to show you the initial steps. Okay, let's use, I start with the back piece because it's more stable than the cutout piece. And if you don't want to make a little hidden area on your piñata, then just use cut 2 of these instead of 1 of these. Alrighty, so here are the long strips, and you want it to be flexible to go around these slight curves. So this is what I do to make it flexible. I just kind of run it through my fingers. I do it both ways. And you have to be careful if you run it like so. You could get a paper cut from cardboard even. So anyway, and also always do the ends a little bit. So now it's much more flexible and it'll go around the curves. I found some old masking tape because most of the tape I have is painter's tape, which is even less sticky than masking tape. Masking tape was designed to, so I'm going to make the first little curve here. So I just fold it and then tear a little piece of tape and just kind of put it on here. I hope you can see. I hope the compute, I don't know if it's getting fuzzy or not. Okay, and then tear another strip. And you can be, you know, pretty messy. I kind of like stuff that allows flexibility. I'm left-handed, you know, and for me, there's a certain degree of clumsiness that goes along with that. There's a bill here. He makes it into all my projects. Bill the cat. He's the only one who jumps up into my light box. I'm like, really, Bill? Bill, you are a pain. He's outside now. I banned him for a little while. I banned him from the craft room. And then just keep going around. I use little pieces in the curves. Let's see, let me get a curve better for you. Just so you can see. Try to use smaller piece of tape, but again, it's not going to matter because of, you know, the design is kind of, the design is forgiving. So we'll go around here. Try to get around his head. And this is, if you look online on how to make piñatas, almost everybody uses masking tape. I actually like the idea of using the paper mache technique better. It just appeals to me, but it's not the easiest. It's the second easiest. Okay, now let's go. Let's figure out how to go around this. Go, just kind of fold it. And that's it. You know, you get the idea. And like, it takes it takes just a little over 2 strips to go all around this design. So anyway, that's the start of the piñata. And for making the, so after this step, what I would do is prime it. I didn't have a spare one primed, so I would prime it, and then I would start to add the fringe. And all the fringe is cut crepe paper. So I just kind of fold the crepe paper together and make multiple little cuts. Now for this one, there are a couple ways you can do it. You could just do the edge all at once, and then I would just do plain crepe paper in here, and then just do the top. I think that's probably the easiest. That's not how I did it. For mine, I'm going to, yeah, I gotta get the glue. I had the wrong glue. Actually, what I did was I painted it with Mod Podge. You can see my beat up, well-used Mod Podge thing, bottle. But I didn't bring my brush with me, so I'm just going to use regular. This is one of the Eileen glues. This is actually called Quick Dry. You could use Quick Dry or the regular Eileen's, because you don't need a thick glue at this point. But I like that Mod Podge because I painted on. And then trim your little piece. Oh, I don't go all the way around. I do the back separately, just to make it a little easier. And then just do overlapping strips. But if it's all painted with the Mod Podge, then you don't really have to stop quite as much to make these separate things. And it depends on how much you want to overlap. I did about a 1/4 inch overlap. Truthfully, it would be easier if you spread these out a little bit, because then you don't use as much and it's just faster. And so that's how you line it. How you line it with, or you cover the little llama with the individual strips. And then next, once I got all that done, then I put the saddle on, and I actually changed this arch a little bit, so this one doesn't fit exactly. But I just glued this on. Oh, actually I covered it first. So I covered it with tissue paper. That was the only dark pink I had, so I covered it with tissue paper, and then I glued it on, and then I glued the little embellishment on. And followed that with a harness of some kind. I thought this color went well with my pinks. And then cut out the eyes. Now, you may notice on my printout sheet, my cut file, that there are 4 eyes. That's because whenever I have little tiny pieces, I always do something with them. Like I'll cut them out and then I'll wander around and I'm like, where did I put that thing? I drop it somewhere, put it somewhere. And so usually for small pieces like windows and doors, I often make an extra piece on the cut file so you don't have the same issues that I have. Okay, so really that's how you make the little llama. Oh, I wanted to show you how to make the tassels. I just cut the fringe smaller, and then you can roll it up however thick you want. My little tassels are a little thin. You can make them fatter. And then cut them, and then I roll, you know, you can either put a strip of glue inside, or I just twisted it and put glue on the outside and then glued them on. So that's how you make the tassels. So that's how you make the little llama pinata, which is actually, I think, one of my better projects. Oh, and llamas, I actually researched it a little bit. Llamas have a bit of a tail, and when they're relaxed, the tail is next to their body. If they're alarmed, it'll flip up like this or go straight up. So this is a very relaxed llama. Okay, again, this is Lucy Paper Glitter Glue, and I hope you will enjoy making your llama pinata. There's a full, very detailed tutorial on my blog, Paper Glitter Glue. It'll be, what day is today? I think it's May 1st. I'll get it in May 1st or May 2nd. Alrighty, y'all take care. Bye.